wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round
I done walked amongst the small, still tall against the giants. I ain't never been compliant, I promise I'm too defiant. I ain't never crossed my niggas, ain't never turned my back, but been unfaithful to my chick. Where's the integrity in that? My bank account been overdrafted, the struggle's upon us. That's the type of shit that lead niggas right back to the corners. I'm like a walking contradiction, said fam to the ops. My nigga was a bag off the same thing that damaged my pops. I watched the churches spread lies and forcing blind allegiance. Been at peace since 2010 when I stopped worshiping Jesus. Still confined, left in the lurch, depression was lurking, my tactics changed. I swear that old one just wasn't working. Man, you fuck niggas be tweaking like they really be on it. Like I won't give you the whole stick and see my P.O. in the morning. I ain't monogamous with hoes, I keep a bed full. Flying off of 2 Zeds and 2 cans of Red Bull.
It's a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking
I keep it on
off.
me at all times. Ain't afraid to burn them. Run up on him in traffic and put a couple in the sternum. Certified. You want the niggas happy with fables.
Every time I come in the kitchen,
I'm in the kitchen bumping dope, man, with crack on the table. I can feel the vibes, only hating niggas and knock it. Hit the block with a snub stuff deep in my front pocket. Off of no goals, you can tell them lame niggas quit fronting. I've been up for 2 days, thinking I'ma miss something. My phone doing stupid numbers. I'm in the right venue, fucking hoes, counting cash, living off the dollar menu. My trip keep me live, the sauce keep me living, hustle keep me paid, allegations kept me in prison. I got it made, man, I've been in special ed. I want all my niggas home, from the state to the feds. I do it for the bottom, the morals and application. More than an adoration, it's all for the affirmation. What you thought,
It's
though?
a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round off. It's a few people probably praying on my downfall.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my brother, my family, Brad Facts, on that track. Yeah, the movement. Oh yeah, we do music. Y'all don't ain't heard none of the new stuff. That's off his new album. Yeah, we got that shit over here. We got that shit over here, and we support each other. So I'm supporting him playing music. I might play some more joints off his album as we move along and start doing more podcasts and shit. Album is fire. I dropped the link down last show. If you in the Discord, the link is in there too. Make sure y'all support. Very, 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 very well put together album. If you're looking for substance, a story, lyricism, and stuff like that, and not just beats and hooks. But yeah, what's good, y'all? What's good? How y'all doing today? Lots of stuff to talk about, especially with the ABK. I think the last couple of shows I haven't really been able to, pretty much speak on what's been going on with the ABK in depth, and then when I do, I get sidetracked due to other conversations. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go into depth, and I'm going to update y'all on everything that's going on, because there's a lot of questions out there. Is Microsoft in a position to possibly close out this merger before July 18th? We'll see. This is uncharted territory for regulators, for the gaming industry overall. And so it's some unexpected things that's going on that people didn't expect to happen. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. I hope y'all having a nice Street Fighter 6 and Diablo day. I know a lot of y'all playing Diablo, enjoying Street Fighter 6. So shout out to y'all. I never got into Diablo. My brother was into games like that. I might get Diablo 4 just to see what it's about and experience it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do our due diligence. Let me do this here. Where is it? I'm gonna do our due diligence. I gotta shout y'all out, give y'all y'all respect, and we're gonna get the show started. We're gonna talk about what has happened in the last couple of days regarding Activision and Microsoft and this whole deal that's going down. Let me do something here. Cause give me just a second, y'all. As y'all come in, please share this out. Hit the like button, and we definitely gonna get to it. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Let me remove that one. Is it? Where's that poll tech? Is it the pro? Oh, there it goes. And let me do where is it? Ding, 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 ding. Ding. Da, 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 da. There we go. A little bass, little warmth right there. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, a little brighten. That'll brighten up. Yeah, get a little boost there. I like that. I'm gonna do okay. Yeah. So where's that compressor at? Let me see here. Do. Compression and limiters. I think it's the L. Is it the legacy one? Yeah. Da, da, da. There we go. Da, da. Okay, mic check. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Sounds a little bit more warmth. A little more warmth to the vocals. I feel like I'm a radio disc jock right now. Oh, I'll do the rest of that later. Let's see here. Who we got here? Sofa King Low was good. Always a pleasure seeing King Reaper 74G. One of the baddest bots in the land, my brother Mac City Entertainment. Mac City is one of the baddest bots in the land. But if you want to go supreme, well, no disrespect to either or, but you can't tell this brother others ain't nothing bad about Microsoft. He gonna have a counter to anything you say, even if it was bad. Shout out to my brother Trey Mack. What's up, 6200 Dre? What's good, brother? We got HB in the place to be. What's good? Oh boy, what's good, my brother? You already know. PK Thunder, what's good? What's good, PK? Who else we got here? Hey, Britt, don't be coming over here with that type of energy. Bar, we don't need that. Rio. I'm gonna start calling you Rio, the REO at the end of your name, Rio. We know, we don't need that. Teddy Payne for me. Yeah, I like that pole tech is nice. The depth of body that is added to the vocal is nice. I hope y'all be able to hear that. Okay, let me see here. Dark Zones 25. What's up? Another new name I've seen in the chat. I don't even know Zombie. I'm just gonna call you Zombie. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Now you pulled up in the chat with that long ass name, and you intentionally did that because you know nobody wasn't gonna be able to pronounce that shit. Muna and Quad and Zombie and Conda and Kinde Quaiza. Look, I'm just gonna call you Zombie. You're gonna be the zombie of the chat, all right? Just here to watch Zaire, but for massive Sony. Shout out to you, Zombie. You're gonna be the zombie of the chat. Parker Burrows too was good. The real Khalito was good. We got Darren. What's good? Darren Baton. What's good? Louise. What's good? Always good to see you, brother. Always good to see MCMC. 66 Slayer. What's good? Philip Moore. What's good? Post up. You've been cooking, lady. The last few shows have been great. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm trying to be persistent with the content as you guys ask me, and we're gonna keep it consistent. Yeah, it's gonna be one of them years. I told y'all. Jet Fan 95. What's good? What's good, Jet Fan? Good seeing you, man. Mr. 2. Good seeing you too. A new name in the chat. Is it true that exclusivity doesn't matter? Well, Mr. 2, that's what they say. That's what they say. They say it doesn't matter anymore. We're gonna talk about it. Who we else out here? Lord Maxie. What's good, Lord Maxie? Always good seeing you too as well. Nate Dogg, what's up? Anyone having an installation issue with Street Fighter? Oh, keep saying installation stop. I haven't heard anything about that. Might need to check on Twitter to see if because I know people was having issues with Diablo 4, saying that they license key wasn't there, but I think that issue that issue was across Xbox and PlayStation. So I don't know. We'll see. Try to check on Twitter about that. Enigmatic Dreams, what's good? What's up, guys? Thank you, Post, for ABK updates. Most people are sick of it, but so yeah, it's a learning experience. It's about learning a sector of business that you never thought you would be interested in learning. I think we're all learning as a community, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Love of God, what's up? Blase, what's up? Dank Fountain 554. First time in the chat, I see. What's good? I'm full for cookie. You can have my plate, okay? Well, you keep cooking. King Middleton, what's up? Witness the truth. What's good? Suicide Kings with the suicide doors. Fuck is you talking about? That's how he pulling up on y'all. Okay, well, who else we got here? We got Heather Franklin. Who all going to E3? With first time seeing Heather Franklin in the chat. So welcome. Hope you continue to support the platform. Did you say who all going to E3? Like, you know, you trying to get some what? I don't know if this oh Lord have mercy. You know, Heather probably in the chat with the wrong intentions, y'all. Trey Mack premieres. What's good? Will the trial in July 24th comes in effect the closing date of? We'll talk about that. Trey Mack, I got you. Joe Dunmore, what's good? What's up? We're gonna go to Bosnian 09. What's up? Black Lightning 100. What's up? Stinger 77. What's good? Top notch. What's up? What's good, man? So yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat that's participating in the conversation. For those that's watching, whoever said anything in the chat, salute to you. Welcome. We about to get started. It's been a full week, a full couple of last week of a lot of stuff going on with the APK deal. You had the hearing that just recently took place. You got another hearing coming up on the 12th, and then you got the provisional hearing that's going to be on July 24th. Then you got the recent news today with Brad Smith saying Brad Smith is for to sit down with the Chancellor of the UK as well as officials from the CMA. Hopefully, throughout that conversation, they can come to an agreement. Maybe somebody compromise here and there, whether it's Microsoft or the CMA. Long as the deal get done, is it a possibility that this get closed before July 18th? We're going to see. It's a lot of pressure on the UK. It's a lot of pressure on their economy. And I do think it's a lot of pressure on the CMA. And we're going to talk about that as well. Thank you, Suicide, for becoming a new member, brother. Thank you so much for constantly supporting the platform, brother. Cutthroat 21, what's up? Who else we got here? Web Dave, what's good? Always good. Y'all go check out my brother channel over there. Great content. Some of the best interviews on YouTube regarding your favorite content creators. We're gonna get started real quick. Let me see here. Okay. So which one I want to start off with first? Give me just a second here. Let me pull up this this information here. Because I do want to talk about let's go to the MLEX report, because we're going to start with the MLEX report. And because there's been quite a few people that have been talking about Microsoft carving the UK out, or exiting the UK in terms of Activision, setting up in another European country, setting up a business in another European country, and then distributing that content back to the UK. Is that possible? Is that feasible? Is that actually on the table? Or is this Microsoft playing their card to put their cards to put pressure on the CMA to at least try to get a deal done? This is a game of chess, people, and we're going to talk about it. Give me just a second here. Let me get this up. Where is it? And shout out to IDOS who got this report. And here we go. Let me do this here. Give me just a second. Let me put this on screen here. I feel like I got my semi-radio voice. I want to put some feel like I want to put some reverb on my voice or something, to just really take it there. You feel me? But here we go. So this report started off insane. Let me get this off the screen for you all. Gregory Woods, what's up, Post? Thanks for keeping us informed with the ABK deal. You are my CNN of gaming. Yeah. I think I do it because it's interesting. This deal will help shape and form the landscape for big tech companies all around the world. Not just big tech companies, but major companies, investors, and all different type of companies is watching this deal because they need to know what they can and cannot purchase or acquire. And they need to know in terms of the UK, will it be safe to acquire or merge or buy up a company in the UK, right? Or will we have to deal with this scrutiny that Microsoft is dealing with? And a lot of companies saying, look, if we're going to have to deal with what Microsoft is dealing with, then the UK might not be a feasible place to invest in. And we're going to talk about that too, because there's some articles out that breaks, not so much break down, but lean towards that happening. Okay. Shout out to yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah, father with the $10. Blessed up Post. I'm new to your channel and Twitter. I'm digging the campaign, bro. Thank you so much. I'll put the information up for everybody that wants to stay constantly updated on what's going on, because this is big for the community. And it's going to be big for both communities, but it's really going to benefit the Xbox community, right? It will benefit PlayStation community and stuff like that, because they'll continue to get Call of Duty. And if they purchase Call of Duty on PlayStation and things like that, or whatever Activision game on PlayStation, they will have the ability to take that one-time license and go to whatever cloud or streaming service that they want. They don't have to be forced to use PS Now or Xbox Live. They can use GeForce Now, which is incredible, or any other streaming service. So in some ways, it's going to benefit both communities, but it's going to benefit Xbox community the most in regards to Game Pass, right? Because we're no longer worried about the console SLC. We're no longer worried about whether Microsoft will be able to keep Activision content exclusive or not. Microsoft has been given the authority from these regulators in terms of the console space to say, hey, we see how much money you will lose if you would choose to take Call of Duty exclusive. We don't see any incentives for you to take such a loss. So we're cool with that. But if Microsoft choose to do, they will have to eat that loss or write that loss off. So we're good in that aspect, right? So I think you treat Call of Duty like Minecraft, and then the other Activision content, you kind of do it the same way you did with ZeniMax and Bethesda. You choose on a case by case basis on what content you're going to keep exclusively for your ecosystem to kind of feed the hardcore and make your gamers feel like they first rate, and then you choose which content you're going to keep third party, so we'll see. I think I think Call of Duty over games like Call of Duty and Overwatch 2, I just think they're best to be left multi-platform. I don't see no reason, especially multiplayer wise, to take them games off other systems and kind of diminish the community in terms of numbers. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. But thanks for the $10. Thanks for the support. Let's get to it. So iDoz kind of broke down a report from MLEX. You know, MLEX is a site that's been in the game for 20 years in terms of mergers and acquisitions. So they are well respected in that field. Okay, and they come out with a report that says Microsoft executives are actively looking at ways to close the acquisition despite a UK veto on the deal. MLEX has learned. The CMA currently has an interim order in place preventing Microsoft from acquiring an interest in Activision or any of its subsidiaries. It is likely to make that permanent very soon. That really, when that happened, that really bothered me because it just proves that the CMA is on some bullshit, and you can say what you want. You know, I think the FTC and the CMA is working together and was working together. They're both following the same pattern. They're both trying to prolong the deal past its final date of July 18th, and force the shareholders to make a decision on backing away, versus the FTC having to go to a federal court and try to win the case with a federal judge, and then the CMA, who showed themselves to be inadequate and unprepared in that last case management hearing, was pleading for an extension to push the case back to October or November because they want to prolong it too as well, because I don't think they believe they have a winnable case based off the information on which they use to block this merger. So both the FTC and the CMA is kind of pretty much playing the same game, right? And then you put in an order saying, look, you can't do this, you can't do that. And then you tried to make that order global. This little small ass country, well, no disrespect, this little small country, I think we're like 67 million people, is trying to regulate the globe of billions. You're trying to tell Microsoft they cannot do anything in your jurisdiction when it comes to Activision, but you're saying they can't do nothing in other people's jurisdictions, as if you are policing the world. This is just crazy to me, and I think Microsoft is really going to press the issue on that, because I've seen in the writings that they want to challenge that because they believe it's illegal for them to do that. Now you can stop us in your own jurisdiction. That's cool if you want to. You can stop us in, but you're not going to stop us from closing in every other jurisdiction that you have no seniority or presence in. So it's crazy, right? And so for a long time, it's been a lot of speculations regarding whether Microsoft would even entertain the fact of carving out or exiting the UK. Now, I want to say this. While this whole merger process is going on, Microsoft cannot influence or negotiate or have any communications with Activision in terms of talks of exiting the UK. Okay. I want to get that straight. If that happens, Activision will have to exit the UK on their own, right? And that cannot be influenced by Microsoft. Activision nor Microsoft could not come sit at the table and say, what is our plan to exit the UK? That's not possible. And since Microsoft doesn't control Activision, since Microsoft doesn't control or own Activision yet, they cannot tell Activision what to do or when to do it. So it's going to be interesting how this plays out, right? And because a lot of questions comes out. Would Activision even be willing to pull out of the UK? You have 12.6 billion in cash, right? If the deal isn't closed by July 18th, you get another influx of cash from Microsoft at 3 billion, right? That'll put you at 15.6 billion. You have a lot of cash to work. Call of Duty is back, doing great in terms of numbers. I don't know how Activision as a whole, in terms of its company, is doing in terms of employee morale and things like that. But we haven't heard anything on Twitter from the employees since the allegations came out. So you're in terms of Activision right now, they're up right now. Activision is up right now. They're doing really good. So they have to weigh their option, because with 15.6 billion cash on hand, Activision can go shopping themselves. You already heard about them wanting to buy Time Warner. So they can do some shopping. They can do some shopping themselves. So is it viable in terms of is it in the best interest of Activision to do that? Yeah, if they want 75 billion. If Kodak want that golden parachute, if the shareholders want that money, because that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to walk away from. But you have to weigh the option. Activision is in a very, very good position now. The stock number is going up. It's starting to rise. And like I said, they have a lot of cash on hand to do acquisitions of their own. And I'm pretty sure if this deal don't go through, they are going to go shopping. Okay, so let me finish a post of Microsoft. Zink say post up Microsoft will close in the United States and 40 countries around the world, then shut the small ass island that doesn't have the GDP of California out. Deal is done. I think they're waiting to close with the FTC because they want to get the CMA out the way first. I think that's what I think. I think once they get a final decision, or any implication from Cat that they can go through with the deal, if that happens, because I don't know how this thing gonna play out with Cat. I'm assuming the best. I'm assuming the best in this situation, but I don't know, and I'm not gonna say this is gonna happen. This is happen, because one thing I realized is that throughout this whole process, when it comes to the CMA and the Cat, everything we've been told about how things was going to play out, how things going to work, how hard the Cat is, the CMA, things can't be reversed. When this is dead, this can't go back to this. This ain't going to be able to be fast tracked, because this is everything that we've been told up to this point. The opposite of what we've been told has happened. And it's due to the fact that we're in unprecedented times in terms of this deal. It's the first of its kind. So you wouldn't approach this deal the same way you have approached others, because this is different. This is not like any other deal that the CMA has dealt with. Matter of fact, this is a deal that of a size that the CMA has never dealt with. When the UK was a part of the EU handled all major mergers. So if the UK was still part of the EU, this will be in the hands of the EU. And since the EU has passed with conditions, we wouldn't even be here. We wouldn't even be dealing with this. The CMA, in that regard, handle small mergers. They handle the small stuff, and the EU handle the big mergers. So you're dealing with a regulatory body that really hasn't dealt with large mergers like this. No regulatory body has dealt with a damn near $75 billion deal. So it's new. And the Judge Smith doing that case management hearing kind of pointed that out. He kind of pointed that out. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see. He said the CMA currently has an interim order in place preventing Microsoft from acquiring an interest in Activision or any of its subsidiaries. It is likely to make that permanent very soon. I think that's going to hold off doing this cat trial. The surprise speed of the cat appeal process may dampen any calls within the company for it to close the deal regardless of the UK block. Our priority is pursuing the appeal process in the UK, and we remain committed to constructive dialogue and solutions to address regulatory concerns, a Microsoft spokesperson said today. Now, I do believe that Microsoft could be bluffing with this carve out in the exiting of the UK in terms of getting this deal done. I do think Microsoft going to exercise every option on the table. And I do want to say this, and I do want to make everyone in the chat aware of this. Just because Microsoft is entertaining the option of either carving out the UK or even figuring out how to exit the UK to get this done, doesn't mean they're actually going to do it. I do want to get that. Let's get that on the table now. Now, if they do it, cool. But I'm just saying, just because they're entertaining the fact, it doesn't mean that they necessarily are going to do it. It could be them bluffing the CMA. It could be grandstanding. It could be used as a tactic to put pressure on the CMA in the UK as a whole, given what's going on in the financial sector in terms of investors and investments into the country itself. So this is a bit of game of chess, and we'll see how this works out. I think Microsoft will first try to get this done through CAT. I think they want to exercise every option they have through CAT, through the tribunal, to get this resolved. If they can get it resolved there, then cool. If not, do they go to the other options in terms of carve outs and things like that? It's a wait and see. It's a wait and see. It said Microsoft has hired extra lawyers and has tasked some with examining how it could close the Activision deal. MLX understand. And I do want to say this. Microsoft is spending hella money right now. They is spending hella money. They is leaving no stone unturned. They is spending hella money. You know how many lawyers they didn't hire from different law firms? And I think that I think Activision hired the lawyer, the Queen's lawyer, and Microsoft hired the other lawyer. I think the Queen lawyer was the one. I think that's David Beard. If I'm not mistaken, if that's David Beard, then that's Activision lawyer. And then a lawyer that was sitting next to David Beard was the lawyer that Microsoft hired, which is another high-profile lawyer. And let me see here. But I think for what I was told, that Queen's lawyer get paid $5,000 an hour. Witness the truth? I don't know about that. I'll see. I'll check into it. But I'm telling you, they saying that Queen's lawyer get paid $5,000 an hour. Did I pick the wrong profession? Should have been in law school. Bruh. Oh, $5,000 an hour, Mello?
You can't be 5,000 an hour,
bro.
I'm just saying, if I'm paying $5 an hour for a lawyer, you think I'm finna lose or take anything less than a W? You done lost your mind.
Hey,
5,000 an hour.
And some of these lawyers are working,
and they be long talking too. So it be
and they
like
working around the clock.
They be
On
in
the
there for a
case.
good 5 hours.
They working around the clock on the case. Look, he didn't be already, man, by the time this case over, he didn't already got generational wealth for his entire family. In one, on one case. Off one case. Lord have mercy.
Ain't no way, boy.
I need to pivot to law school like the CMA pivoted to the cloud when they lost the cloud. Okay, he said one option could include Activision exiting the UK for another European country in a bid to remove itself from the CMA's jurisdiction. Its games could continue to be sold via distributor. One rub is that any such decision must be taken by Activision. And then so this will have to be Activision doing this. It can't be Microsoft. And Microsoft can't ask or tell Activision to do it because they're in the process of acquiring them. And Microsoft doesn't have any ownership of Activision at this point. So in terms of communication, in terms of talk, Microsoft can't tell Activision to do anything. Activision, if they're serious about being acquired by Microsoft, as they are, they brought some impressive and expensive lawyers as well. If they're serious about this acquisition, then they will initiate that. They would initiate that. So it's interesting. I think a lot of this is, and I think this information was leaked intentionally. I think Microsoft is playing. They're using. They have great lawyers, but they also been doing what they've been doing all along and using the public in the news cycle to kind of play chess in this war with the regulators. That's why when it was intentional for Lulu to come out and say, excuse me, it was intentional for Lulu to come out and say that the UK is closed for business. It was intentional for Bobby Kotick to come out and said the UK is not the tech valley, it's Death Valley. It was intentional for Brad Smith to come out and say this is the darkest day in Microsoft and it's better for companies to set up shop in Europe than in the UK, which rubbed some of the parliament the wrong way when he made the comment. All of that is intentional because both Microsoft and Activision understands the world of business is watching. The world of business is watching. All major tech companies, big and small, investors and everything, everyone is watching this merger because it's going to be pivotal. So it was intentional for them to do that. And then you go back and look at that case management that just happened, and you see how the CMA fumbled the bag. You're doing that while the world is watching, right? And you couldn't even really tell the judge how you came to the conclusion of blocking this merger, right? And you really looked at dumbfounded, right? You're doing that in the face of the world watching. So you're not instilling any type of confidence in these companies or these investors that probably want to do work in your country because you look like you're really blocking a deal that you shouldn't have. Okay. Let's see here. Let me see. One rub is that any such decision must be taken by Activision to avoid breaching merger laws that stipulate that merging companies must be managed separately and independently until they actually close. And that's what I was talking about. Once again, Activision, this decision must be taken by Activision to avoid breaching merger laws that stipulates that merging company must be managed separately and independently until they actually close. It goes back to the ZeniMax Bethesda merger where people kept asking Phil what he was going to do with the content. Was it going to be exclusive or not? And all these questions. And Phil kind of talked around those questions in terms of his answers. He did that because they were still in the merger process, and he couldn't himself say what he was going to do with the company or his intentions of a company, because in this case, they have to still maintain, still be managed separately and independently. So Phil didn't own, or Microsoft didn't own ZeniMax or Bethesda at that time. So Phil couldn't really speak on what he was going to do and all that stuff, okay? Another option, because see, Microsoft extend remedies given to and accepted by the European Commission to the UK unilaterally, even though they were rejected as insufficient by the CMA. And that's crazy because you would expect the CMA to agree with those remedies, especially when you're saying, look, we're giving out automatic licenses to cloud companies that exist, and even the ones that don't exist, even the ones that ain't in the game yet for the next 10 years. So if a new cloud company comes along, they will have, I guess, in terms of if they want to participate, if they want to sign those 10-year contracts, a new cloud comes along and say, hey, Microsoft, I want to sign that 10-year contract with you. They get access to those automatic license. And, I don't know.
They get the Microsoft stimulus package.
Yeah, I don't know what the CMA was thinking, but I think it was Lena Khan's thinking. But that's just me, allegedly. You feel me? I ain't want to find myself in the court. It says the company is also actively contesting the CMA's draft order that will give effective to its veto, banning Microsoft from acquiring an interest in Activision for several years and vice versa. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Like you really on some bullshit. You trying to tell me first you want to block the deal, then you want to come in and put in the interim order that's telling me that even if the deal don't go through or is blocked, that I as a company can't invest or acquire any interest in Activision for the next 10 years. So you're blocking me. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. The ability of the UK watchdog to impose a global ban solely to address concerns relating to the UK market is at the center of that too. That was very interesting to me, is that I could see you just banning Microsoft in the UK, but you imposed a global ban. Like, I think this all was intentional.
Which I think this Bungie.
Yeah, I really
we
think
acquired some shit, and y'all can put some laws and
what you say.
trades on what we can do.
Look, I don't care what you say. It was some type of collusion going on. It was some type of collusion going on because this shit is wild.
Ain't it true that they said they're gonna do an investigation on her regarding the situation?
They're gonna investigate Lena Khan as a whole.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It looked like the CMA for to be investigated too, but I don't see the purpose of a global ban. Unless you're trying to help the FTC. I don't see no reason why you need a global ban. Can anybody in the chat explain that to me? Unless you're trying to help FTC, because you know they don't got a case in the United States.
She money had it the wrong company, allegedly.
I don't get it.
That's what it sounds like.
I don't get it. If the CMA keeps its clown show going, I hope Xbox and MS pull out. Yeah, it'd have to be a choice of Activision to do that, David. And global ban, I'll bet Microsoft literally laughed out loud. Yeah, like you can't do that. You can't regulate beyond your jurisdiction. And I know the EEA. I know they regulate for some countries that can't do it themselves. I know they regulate for some countries that can't do it themselves. But the CMA is impeding on other countries' jurisdiction, including the EU and the United States and Canada and New Zealand. You're pretty much saying that, look, I'm gonna do this for y'all. A global ban? What the? Like, that's weird. That's weird. Microsoft could challenge the final order in court to seek to narrow its scope to potentially allow it to close elsewhere in the world, and I think they will win that case. I think that they will win that case. And if they do not win that case, you'll be giving the UK and the CMA too much power. Too much power. Okay. Alternatively, Microsoft could seek to close the transaction and argue that the order was illegal in its defense when sued by the CMA. Because, if Microsoft go over the CMA, they will get sued. There will be fines and other type of fees and stuff that they will have to pay. Now, I know a lot of people out here running around saying 10 billion. I don't think that's going to be the number. I think it's going to be way less than that because the market value of cloud gaming from which this merger is being blocked doesn't even exceed 10 billion. See, hell, they don't even exceed 2 billion. So how you going to charge me 10 billion for a market that ain't even worth 2 billion? y'all ponies out here looking real stupid because y'all math ain't mathing.
Facts.
And the question will be this: is Microsoft willing to pay to go over the CMA head, close, and say, okay, we'll pay them fines. We'll pay them fines. They didn't spend a lot of money so far. You about to spend $75 billion on this company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be more than 69 at the end of the day when everything comes to it.
Plus tax.
You spend, plus tax. You feel me? You just spent millions and millions on lawyers already. Right. And then in terms of that fine, if it comes, I don't even think it'd be in the billions. I really actually think it'd be in the millions. So that's pocket change. That really is pocket change. Okay, and it goes on to say in mid-May, a reporter for the CNBC asked Microsoft chief executive Satya Nadella whether the company could close the deal and just stop selling Activision's products in the UK. The CEO responded, "Let's wait for it all to play out."
Keep fucking with me.
Like,
keep playing with me.
This was a grandstand, and I think a lot of people took this as Nadella confirming that they will exit UK. I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it as this is an
option on the table.
Not even that. This is chess. This is chess, and the media is a piece on the board, right? And Microsoft has been using the media very well this whole time. I do think there was a low key, like, I wouldn't say threat, but it was a threat.
It was a threat.
It was a small.
I saw the smirk on his face. It was a threat.
But the thing is that it leaves the thought in terms of will they or won't. No, because if I'm the CMA, if I'm the UK, and I'm saying an interview, I might be looking at that as probably depending on angle I'm looking at and how arrogant I'm in myself. Nah, he ain't gonna do that. Would he do that?
Shit.
Is it right? So y'all gotta see how this playing out. So he said that. Let's wait for it all to play out. Right? That wasn't an intentional answer. Right? He didn't say yes and he didn't say no, meaning that there's options there. Right? Then yesterday, the MLEX article come out and say Microsoft just hired a multitude of lawyers to look over options. You see, y'all got to see what Microsoft doing. Y'all got to see what they doing.
So we're gonna go back to what he said. You don't think that's a threat?
Hey, y'all got to see what they doing here. Nadella set the tone for this moment right here.
I'm just gonna say $5K an hour.
You got Nadella set the tone for where we're at in terms of what was just released, right? Nadella never gave a yes or no answer. He never said, no, that's not possible for us. We respect the UK market. No, he never said any of that. He said, let's see how this plays out. Meaning it could be an
Keep
option.
playing with me.
Keep playing with me, right? It could be an option. Then it so happened that it leaks to MLEX that Microsoft, which I think this was intentionally leaked. I'm not going to say if it was by Microsoft or not, but it was intentionally leaked and meant to be put in the news cycle. Because like I said, everybody is watching. If you Google Microsoft Activision, or if you go on Bing and Google Microsoft Activision, you're going to see damn near every media outlet with an article about that MLEX report, right? So if it's out there in the United States, it's definitely circulating in the UK right now, right? A UK that's having investment. Well, I don't know. I've never lived in the UK, but based on certain articles, they're having investment issues in terms of companies wanting to build there and things like that. So now you got that out in a while, right? So so what does that do to the market? Well, I don't know. I'm not an investor in terms of billion making million. Does that have an impact on other big companies and investors that want to do some business in UK? Does that make them pause for a minute and say, damn, if Microsoft trying to, you feel me? Is this a viable market for us? Will we be getting treated the same way? We'll have to see. But I think all of this is strategic. I think Microsoft is playing chess and been using the media, since this whole thing got started, especially with the UK itself. It just surprised me that, Nadali came out and said, let's wait for it all to play out. And now you got this report of Microsoft looking at those options. If you never tell somebody yes or no, then it is to assume that it could be an option. Right? And hiring those lawyers, saying they're hiring the lawyers is...
Nigga, that's telling. $500K. I mean, 5,000 an hour. That's all. 5,000 an hour, man.
It said, yeah, probably okay. It said, asked by MLEX on May 12th whether it could close around the UK. A representative of Microsoft said it was a complicated question, but at some point we may need to think about it. Look at these words.
Stop playing with me. 5,000 an hour. 5,000 an hour.
And I know y'all might say, Post, you looking too much into it. Well, I'm going to do that.
This ain't gonna lawyer.
I'm going to do that because
hour,
look at the wording. It's a complicated question, but at some point we may need to think about it. That is intentional, right?
Yeah.
Because Microsoft used to say we don't comment on rumors. Remember, rumors and speculation. Remember, Microsoft's favorite line: "We don't comment on rumors and speculations."
Yeah.
Remember, think about it. Remember Microsoft's favorite line: whenever a rumor come out or a report come out that hasn't officially came from Microsoft, their company line, they always toed it out and they always consistent. We don't comment on rumors and speculation. Well, this spokesperson gave some validity to the MLEX report. It's a complicated question, but at some point we may need to think about it, right? It's called pressure. It's called pressure. Not only putting pressure on the CMA. LA say the bro talking about legal jargon, cuz you could call it legal jargon if you want, right? But Microsoft is in a game of chess with the CMA right now in terms of trying to put pressure to get this quickly done before the July 18th, right? And whether you call it legal jargon or not, what they say holds merits. Especially what's going on in the UK right now. Y'all called it legal jargon. I will say this. Has the what's the guy name? the top dog in the UK? When the last time you seen?
You sound like a nigga that hire a public defender. That's what you sound like right now.
No, because I'm just
you,
saying,
but buddy that said that jargon.
Yeah, it's jargon though. But
this is what's going to determine the future of video gaming right now. But it's jargon.
Hold on, it's jargon, right? Hold on, because they they out here thinking this shit is a game. Like Microsoft is just saying it's just for legal jargon, and it's not. It's all a part of. It's all a part of what they're doing because they know the world watching. They know big tech is watching. They know all of these companies is watching. And what they say holds weight, especially to other major companies that want to do business in the UK. That shit holds weight because those companies is looking at this saying, look, are we going to be treated the same?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let me see here. Where is it?
Or do we need to avoid UK as a whole and just save ourselves some money in the future deals?
And if it was jargon, then if it was legal jargon, then the parliament, some people in the parliament wouldn't have felt no way about the comment that Brad Smith came out when he said that it's better to invest in Europe than it is in the UK right now. They felt some way about that. They felt some way about that. It was an article just put out that said some people in Parliament felt a way about Brad Smith's comments about saying it's better to invest in Europe. If it's all legal jargon, then why they feel some way about it? Why was a hearing put together a day after the CMA made that decision where they was questioning majority about the Microsoft Activision? Has that happened with any other merger? When you get called to Parliament to question why you just blocked the merger they probably thought was going through? At a time where the tech industry and other industries are shaky about investing in your country after you left Europe? That don't sound like legal jargon to me. That sounds like intentionally. Yeah, hey, you know what they call it? Spreading FUD.
Spreading FUD.
you know when somebody get on Twitter and they make
you went back.
You know what somebody do to try to
black light
demean your character.
Mm-hmm.
When they start spreading shit about you, spreading all different type of shit about you. Well, that's what Microsoft doing to. Well, I wouldn't say they doing it. That's what Microsoft doing to the UK right now, and it's working. And I'm gonna show you the articles that's gonna tell you it's working because even the Parliament thought this deal was going through. And that's why they had that hearing to question CMA's decision that they made. And that's why the chancellor came out and said, I think regulators need to be more aware of their wider responsibilities. That's why the guy in the Parliament in the hearing asked him, when y'all are making decisions, are y'all taking into account our international appeal and how we will look in the face of others? Do y'all take this into account when y'all making these decisions? And they talked around that question. Don't tell me this is just this legal jargon. Y'all, man, let me get this. Let me get this thing. Top notch with the $5 post. You make more sense than what these ponies have in their pockets right now. Yeah, legal jargon is a term for saying legal circles talking and shit like that, like not giving straight answers, laugh out loud shit regular people don't understand. Okay. I went off on you. Well, he wasn't talking in circles. He didn't give a definitive yes or no answer. And I think that was intentional. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Post, please have your guy Google legal jargon, please. My bad. I went off on you, Elder Ace. My bad, brother. That was my bad. That was my lack of understanding. I will put that out there. I don't know everything, brother. Okay, so let me get back to this. Okay. Where we at? Okay, a spokesperson for Microsoft advised against reading too much into the comments. Yeah. Don't read too much into it. But we may have to think about it, but don't read too much into that. Yeah, okay. All right. So, and this has been pretty much the talk that's been going on in the last couple of days about whether Microsoft will or won't exit the UK. And I won't even say Microsoft. I will say Activision, because in this case, it will have to be Activision's decision to do so. What I would ask is, would it be worth it to Activision to do that in order for this deal to go through? It's a lot of money on the table. Is exiting the UK worth $75 billion?
My bad.
That's what you will have to ask yourself. Is exiting the UK, you can say from Microsoft, is that worth $75 billion?
Exiting them niggas? Hell yeah. $5,000 an hour. It was enough to exit them niggas.
My bad, Elder Ace. My bad, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Where you at, brother? I'm gonna rent you up, brother. We didn't win in on you, and you was trying
my bad.
You feel me?
Jargon means another language. My bad.
You know what I'm saying?
I take my L.
We're gonna rent you up, bro. We're gonna take our L. You know what I'm saying? We don't take L's like, you know what I'm saying? We could have just let that motherfucker slide.
You know, niggas been getting attacked around here, so
we're gonna rent you up, Elder Ace. We're gonna rent you up, brother. We're gonna rent you up. So, okay. So, and I pose this question to the chat. Given what I spoke on earlier in terms of Activision itself, right? Being in a very good financial situation right now in terms of the numbers they're doing. They're up pretty much in everything, right? The $12.6 billion in cash that they have on hand. The additional $3 billion that they will get from Microsoft will put them at $15.6 billion. And in terms of putting them in a situation where they can make some acquisitions of them for themselves. All right. Do they exit the UK for that $75 billion, or do they say, look, we're doing good over here, $12 billion in cash, you finna give us $3 Call of Duty is eating right now, you know what I'm saying? Diablo 4 is about to be an incredible success. I mean, why would we want to? Is that an option for Activision? Because right now, y'all hearing it from Microsoft. Activision hasn't came out and said anything about exiting the UK. Notice that. Microsoft can't make Activision exit the UK. They can't. All right? So we're looking at this for both sides of the spectrum. I know we want to talk and be optimistic about this case. We definitely optimistic about this case. But we also have to learn to look at things from the other end of the spectrum. So far, we've been hearing that Microsoft is trying to find ways to exit the UK. Microsoft don't own Activision, though. So why won't we be talking about Microsoft exiting the UK? Or is that Microsoft saying like they want to take all the Xbox software out of UK and Game Pass and cloud? Is that what they're talking about? Because we haven't heard anything from Activision about them exiting the UK. And it will have to be Activision's choice. And it can't be influenced by Microsoft due to them being due to merger laws. So I'm asking the chat, Do y'all think Activision will oblige to that and actually make that happen for the 75 billion that's sitting on the table? Or do they say, fuck it, we don't think that's good for us, and we'll take that $3 billion from Microsoft? Let me know in the chat.
You hating on my bag, nigga? Oh yeah, you got to go.
Let me put up a poll. Let me put up a poll. Does Activision exit or do they stay the course? Hold on. Let me close it up. Let me see here. Oh. Let me see here.
5,000 an hour.
Hold on, let me end. What the fuck did that do? Okay, what is this? Let me end that. Hold on.
I just want to say 5,000 an hour.
I'm gonna end it. I'm just gonna put a quote. I'm just gonna put a poll. Does Activision exit? Yes or no? Here we go. We're gonna ask. There we go. Does Activision exit? Yes or no? Let me know, community.
5,000 an hour. Lord. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just saying, y'all saying this to UK. We know UK makes up a small portion, but they do big numbers over there in terms of gaming. But I'm talking about in terms of the over. Do they exit? Is it 75 billion or 3 billion? Mr. Two say 75 billion is better than 3.
Ain't did a week, you heard?
I feel you on that, brother. I feel you on that, man. Okay, so let me go down. That's the Lena Khan Pro. Okay, let me see here. Let's see here. So let me go up. And a couple of other articles came out. You got the committee, the House committee, a few of those houses, a few of those committees are launching a probe into Lena Khan. The Republicans are really going to go after her. Let me see here. And then the reason why I say what Brad Smith and what Brad Smith and Lulu and Bobby Carter is saying has merit to it is because look at these articles. UK tech scene raises alarm over block to Microsoft Activision deal. That's the UK tech scene. The UK's competition watchdog risks undermining business dynamism. Yeah, I said dynamism. I'm gonna say that. You feel me? Then you got that, right? And then you also have this right here. Now, y'all tell me, look, can somebody please, let me get this off the screen. Can somebody please tell me when this has ever happened during the merger? Brad Smith set for talks with UK Chancellor over Activision deal ban. Meeting follows UK regulators' block of Activision gaming deal. Chancellor previously voiced concerns over decision's impact. If y'all don't think, I'm telling y'all, we might not see it, and I could be wrong because I'm not from the UK, never been to the UK. But this is hurting this is hurting them right now. It ain't a good look for them right now. Microsoft Corp President Brad Smith will meet with UK Chancellor Jeremy Hunt next week to voice his frustration over the shop decision by Britain's competition regulator to block its $69 billion takeover of Activision Blizzard. Since this deal has been blocked, every article and every investor that's came out, and even analysts that's been watching this deal since it was announced, they all showed a sense of being shocked or surprised, because most of them, if not all of them, initially thought the deal was going to be approved based on the factual data. We didn't know that the CMA was going to start making up shit to block this deal. Right? Smith is set to hold talks with Hunt as well as officials from the Competition and Markets Authority. Now, the agency that wielded the April 26 veto, according to people familiar with the talks, who spoke on conditions of anonymity. I can't read right now. I can't read right now. And I'm gonna be straight up. It's been a long day. So if I'm gonna be straight up, if I fuck up some words, y'all gotta excuse me. Y'all gotta excuse me if I fuck up some words.
You got that one.
I looked at that shit and my mind just went blank like, nigga, you don't remember how to pronunciate this word. Don't even try it. I tried it anyway, right? So I look at this like this, and a lot of people say, don't take nothing into this meeting. A lot of people say Hunt don't got the power you think he do or anything like that. But my thing is that if I'm finna sit down with the chancellor and officials from the Competition and Markets Authority, what are we sitting down for? Or we trying to fix this situation? We're trying to hash some things out. I obviously think, and I'm not going to say this is going to happen. I obviously think that there's a chance that this deal can get closed before July 18th.
I hope it do, because I was right again. I said by August, motherfucker. So yeah,
I obviously do. I think the UK is showing signs of concern. I think even the UK in the Parliament thought this deal was going to go through. I didn't. If you look at the blowback from the UK government itself and in how they spoke about this deal in terms of the decision that's made, I think even they were shocked. Right. So if Smith is going there next week to sit down with Hunt and officials from the CMA, what you think gonna take place?
Shit, a whole lot of cussing motherfuckers.
Ain't that like wartime? When motherfuckers in the war, and then the heads meet up and say, look next week, man. You get your head and my head. We all sit down in one room. We go now kind of hash this shit out and see what we could do. It sounds like one of those meetings to me.
Yeah, somebody getting hurt, because if you tell me you block this billions of dollar deal,
and I look at it,
cloud gaming,
and not only that though, I look at this, and this happened at a time.
And that was your only argument.
This happened at a time where the CMA fumbled. They dropped the ball in that case management hearing. And I think that's what did it. I think that's what spawned this sit down between Brad Smith, Jeremy Hunt, and officials from the Competition and Market Authority. I do think that lawyer who was in defense of the CMA, who stood there doing
That's all,
now
he wasn't getting paid $5,000 a day. He wasn't getting that an hour.
Now, if there's a chance that there is technical and incontrovertible errors, is there a chance we could get a do-over?
By any chance.
Is there a chance that we can submit new evidence?
We put this on easy mode.
I do think that was a poor performance, and you have to wonder, because of how the CMA displayed themselves, hiring a lawyer 3 days before the actual hearing, a guy who really didn't have enough time to kind of deep dive into the paperwork or anything like that. And you put him out there in front of one of the best or top lawyers in the UK
Hey, this ass
or the
alive.
EU,
Ate
if
that
I'm not
nigga lunch.
mistaken.
Ate that nigga lunch live on stage.
And he get up there, that's all, folks. And he get up there and do all that.
They say they went and got who? $5,000 an hour. Oh hell!
I really do believe that poor display at that case management hearing is the reason why Brad Smith is going to meet with Jeremy Hunt and the CMA next week. Because you did that not in the face of gamers.
World cred.
You did that in the face of the global economy.
In the world cred.
Think about that.
Fuck out of here.
Think about that. I know we was on that Zoom call, but y'all got to realize, just think about how many important motherfuckers was in that Zoom meeting. Because they never released the numbers of how many participants was in there, right? And you couldn't even see how many people was in there, right? Just think of how many big time motherfuckers from the global economy, big tech, investors, all types of people that is relying on the outcome of this deal was in that call. And the CMA, right? Who is blocking this deal, puffing out that chest, talking about they want to be the regulators of the world, and you put motherfucking bleep, 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 that's all, folks, as a defense in one of the biggest case in the industry.
In the world, Craig.
And you got a motherfucker stuttering 50 going off.
We talking 5,000 an hour. 5,000 an hour.
Think about that.
Shit hit different. Shit hit different.
It hit different because in the eyes of the world, you already made the wrong decision in terms of blocking this deal. Right? Analysts have came out and said that. News outlets have came out and saying that. Hell, BBC, even the UK owned press came out and said that.
What the fuck are y'all doing?
Right? The government, your parliament, your government came out and even questioned your decision.
How much we ride on Microsoft?
Everybody's telling you you're wrong about this decision. Then you have damn near 40 other countries to prove that you are wrong.
They form like the Avengers in this motherfucker.
You made up this bullshit about a cloud market. You made up the numbers, right? You didn't have no evidence to back it up. And even during that hearing, you still haven't submitted any evidence or proof to Microsoft that even supports the numbers, right? You tried to plead with the judge in terms of those numbers to allow an outside economist to come in, and the judge say, no, we don't need nobody coming in that's going to agree with you. I want to hear from the economist. You work with to come up with this shit.
Math ain't mathing, please.
Yeah, I want to hear from who you work with to come up with this shit. We don't need nobody from the outside coming in.
They Photoshop this shit.
We need to talk to your internal economists to help you come up with this shit. Because we need to know what the fuck he was smoking.
That nigga Photoshop some shit.
And you did all of this. You did all of this in front of the global economy,
Mm-hmm.
in front of potential investors that may want to invest in the UK. After that performance, if I'm in there going there and banning up business and or setting up shopping,
I'm looking over y'all asses.
I'm kind of like,
I'm good. I'm good, love.
you
Y'all,
feel me? I'm kind of like, I don't know about this.
Y'all
here.
looking kind of shaky,
These
baby.
motherfuckers looking kind of shaky right now.
Y'all looking kind of shaky, baby.
And it said, if
Cracker
they do that to one of the,
lawyers.
if they do that to Microsoft, one of the biggest software companies in the world, the company that runs their whole cyber security division,
Man,
and
everything.
protect their country
Everything,
from
bro.
cybersecurity. If you're gonna do that to them, you're gonna do that to me. Hold on, I might not want to come over there.
These
And fuck
hoes
with
ain't
y'all.
loyal.
I might not want to come over there and mess with y'all.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Look, I might not want to come over there and mess. Damn, motherfuckers is weird. They wilding.
I'm protecting you, helpers.
Shout out to Master Sip 40 with the $2. He say, shout out to the panel. Keep it Xbox. The Facebook for team. Shout out. Okay. Yes, so who is that? What's good?
I'm playing. What am I playing?
What game
Eastern
is
Exodus.
What game is Double O Mello playing?
Yeah.
I don't know what he playing. I don't know what he playing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Eastern Exodus. It's a indie game. Pretty good.
Eastern,
check it out. Check it out on Game Pass.
Hey, he can't make. Hey, Rain, say it again, Rainbow. Say it again. Right. That's definitely what's going. Because I'm like, hey. And then, we know he said that. And this is the comment I was telling to L Ace before.
Yeah,
we was trying to stump L. L like, hold on, I'm rocking with you guys. But Jeremy Hunt, Chancellor of the Esquire, if I'm pronouncing that, Esquire, I don't know how to pronounce that. Previously criticized the CMA's veto of the Microsoft merger. This is the Chancellor of the UK criticizing the CMA of their own decision, right? Telling, he did this recently, telling a business conference recently that competition watchdogs must understand their wider responsibility, right? And you know what I take that as? I'm gonna break that down to y'all. And I'm gonna break that down to y'all in social media terms, right?
Oh shit.
Jeremy Hunter has just told CMA they fucking up the bag. That's what he's saying.
I get that one. I know that in translation. Go ahead.
You can play regulators. Cool. We don't have no problem with doing y'all job. But right now, some things come before that. And we got an opportunity with this deal going through, giving Microsoft and Activision, who has a lot of gaming companies in Europe and UK already. We have an opportunity to pass this, right? And allow them to build and invest even more in economy, but they're going to bring money with them because other investors are going to follow them. Other big tech companies are going to follow. Y'all missing the point. Y'all want to out here want to play regulators and poke your chests out when y'all fucking up our bag. What are we doing here? That's pretty much what they saying. Y'all are fucking up our bag. Because y'all are, the way y'all are acting right now with this deal, y'all pushing away money.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all pushing away potential investors. Now people that we done already lost arm, right? a chip maker that's from the UK who just signed up on the New York Stock Exchange, who left the London Stock Exchange. We're losing companies. We're losing corporations. You had that other company come out and said the CMA made him feel like he was a criminal the way they was questioning him.
Damn.
At a time where companies are on the fence about whether they even want to come here or not, or even do business here or not, you chose now to do a move like this?
Poke your chest out, nigga.
You do this now. You chose to do this now?
Nigga, you gonna skip leg day, nigga? Oh, man.
Y'all see how the international community is, the perception of the international community is in regards to us right now. Some people think we're not a viable option for investment. And here we are with one of the biggest software companies in the world, this major Activision, and you motherfuckers want to tell them no.
Man, some video games.
You motherfuckers is losing sight of y'all responsibilities now. So we're going to have to
defend Sony. You got to leave that Jim Ryan shit alone. You gonna fucking tear down a country for Jim Ryan, bro.
That's when he come in. You motherfuckers is y'all missing y'all responsibility. You niggas forgot why we in there. What we in this for?
Oh man,
y'all are missing what we in this for. So we need to come in this. Hey Brad, Brad. Yeah, what's up? How's it going? Hey yo, we need to sit down and talk.
Yeah, this talk nigga about what? You fucking up.
What's going? Hey, look, I know they fucked up, but we need to fix this shit. They fucking up the bag. So what I want you to do, I want you to fly out next week. I'm gonna get you in the room with the CMA. And we're gonna have to talk about it. We're gonna have to put something together. Because they fucking up the money right now. They messing up the money right now. That's how I look at it, man. It could be. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong, but that's what
I sound about right. You fucking up the bag. Said these motherfuckers to pour down a $5,000 an hour. Fucking
that's what I give. But that's what I get from that, though. They forget their wider responsibility, and it goes back to that question. Oh, I thought you was in the kitchen. It goes back to that question that the guy asked them in their hearing the day after they made that decision to block the deal. When the black guy said, and I'm gonna say this again, he said, "Do y'all take into account the international appeal, our perception on the international scene when y'all making a deal? I mean, do y'all take into account how we look to the international community when y'all making decisions like this?"
No, that's fucked up. Boy, they got my kids out here with one shoe on and one shoe off, out in public looking crazy.
And that was another, when asking that question, he was saying, look, that was another y'all fucking up the bag. Because y'all, in terms of the international community, who's at a point where they're making choices on whether either they want to come here and do any type of business, y'all got us out here looking fucking crazy. Do y'all take into account?
You got to protect this house.
Do y'all? Exactly. You have to protect home. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Oh, man.
You have to protect home. What are y'all doing? This is not time to play tough regulator. This is a time to do business because we need it.
Mm-hmm.
There's another article that came out today. UK scene has seen as less accommodating for big business despite DECRA deal. I don't know what the DECRA deal. I got to look into that. This partly stems from renewed pressure from competition authorities, Lon Yates said, pointing to the UK Competition and Market Authority's recent intervention in Microsoft Corp's takeover of Activision Blizzard Incorporation. The CMA recently said it will block planned $75 billion takeover of Call of Duty, Candy Crush, and World of Warcraft maker over competition concerns, prompting Microsoft to launch an appeal. The episode was seen to embody the challenge facing the UK, Lundy Yates said. The region is seen by some as a less accommodating place in which to do big business, and this have implications across UK valuations, she warned. Companies that may, in theory, be prime takeover targets could have some of that premium taken away or muted as investors think twice about the likelihood of bidders coming to the table in the current climate. Meaning, as I said before, the CMA is fucking up the bag. They're not only making it hard for investors to come there and do it, they're making it hard for their own homegrown companies who might be looking to be acquired.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're fucking up the numbers at which they might be acquired at, or you might lowering the cost. Because now, if I come there and do business, I'm taking a risk fucking around with the CMA. And the only question that comes down to is the risk worth the reward?
Hell no.
Is the risk worth the reward?
We win this and everything go on discount? Hell no.
He go a dumbass. He go a dumbass right here.
Are we sure he's a dumbass? Let's double
He's a
check the
dumbass.
dumbass levels. Okay.
He's a dumb. His dumbass level is high.
Oh,
Ekim said, "Damn, y'all care about this acquisition shit more than games.
Yeah,
How
he's
can
a
y'all
dumbass.
not be bored of this shit, right?"
He's a dumbass.
Hello, what are you doing right now?
Man, last time I checked, I was actually playing the games. I really was.
What are you and Noah doing majority of every show that we have?
What Noah doing more than me, so we gonna
don't try to
we gonna put that out there like
both
that.
of y'all.
But yeah, we definitely play games. My achievement score shows that I play games, but hey,
okay.
I thought I could shoot bubble gum and walk, but I guess apparently not.
This another one right here. Sticky inflation and regulatory pressure push UK deals to the lowest level since 2016. The total value of mergers and acquisitions involving UK firms halved to just under 90 billion in the first 5 months of the year, despite a predicted flurry of take-private deals on UK public companies, according to data from LSEG Deals Intelligent, analyzed by Hargreaves Lansdown. Analysts at Hargreaves Lansdown said today that despite a concentrated spate of private equity approaches, the situation has become frosty, at a standstill, frozen, stuck, cold.
Stale.
The slowdown in deals to start the year comes despite many analysts predicting a wave of takeovers in the UK in 2023 as foreign buyers swoop on UK listed firms. The decision to block Microsoft takeover of Activision was largely seen to embody the challenge of facing the UK. Okay, and it's the same as that article. This region is seen by some as a less accommodating place. So that means, look, they thought it was going to be booming.
Hell yeah. Price of a brick then went up, nigga.
No, motherfucker looking at this Activision deal like,
I ain't like, hold on, we can get this off a wholesale. Fuck you.
Hey, let me tell you something. They looking at this Activision and Microsoft Activision deal like, you know what? Maybe we should hold on before we do any investments or acquisition in the UK right now. We don't know about that because if Microsoft going through this, we damn gonna go through it, and we might not. In the risk taking trying to acquire some of that company with the CMA doing pulling the shit that they pulling might not be worth it.
Yeah.
Might not be worth it. So to anybody who said that that what Bobby Kotick and Brad Smith, or even what Lulu said in terms of Death Valley and UK is closed for business, those words had impact. And the choice that the CMA has made in terms of blocking this deal is definitely impacting. Is definitely impacting the UK economy. Now, what we have coming up is, let me see here.
Yo, see, that's why I don't play video games on in front of you niggas. Worry about what the content he talking of. Don't worry about how many times I done died. Fuck me.
Yeah, they gonna get your ass. I remember I was on the show with Everborn Saga and K Asante, and K Asante had his Star Wars footage playing in the background while we was doing the show. And during the show, we talking, but we kept looking at his gameplay footage, and the man died about 50 times. And the chat just got the heat in his head. And we all just got
close. Shit, I'm close to 50, nigga. God, bro, y'all playing like I'm playing. No HUD on hard mode. Then come talk to me.
So the tribunal issued this today, which is a what's this in the competition appeal tribunal. This was an order, and it says the period of 3 weeks for lodging a request for permission to intervene in these proceedings, stipulated by rules 14.3F and 261 of the tribunal rules, be abridged so that any request for permission to intervene is received by the tribunal registry no later than 5 p.m. today. Remember that Activision is not the party that's opposing the CMA right now. It's Microsoft, but Activision is requesting to come in as an intervener. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so let me go here. Let me go back. Okay, so this is the tribunal site. I got this pinned. So for any updates that come through, what we're waiting on is Turkey, which is here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is here. So any decision that let me share this. Bam. This is Turkey website. So any decision that Turkey makes in terms of approval will come here. So I'm waiting for that to come through. So we're still waiting on Turkey. And then we got the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission. We're still waiting on that. Let me share this. It still shows as under consideration, right? Commenced June 16 of last year, right? And the last thing they said was on February 2nd, 2023. ACC engaging with overseas regulators. Timeline remains suspended. So their timeline is suspended. We don't know when it's going to proceed. My question is, which regulators are they listening to? Are they listening to the FTC? Are they listening to the CMA, EU? Or are they listening to all of them? Then we also have New Zealand. New Zealand, their page was updated a month ago. And let me see here. In timeline. And their decision is due by June 9th. June 9th, which is 2 days before the showcase, before Microsoft Showcase. At some point, this was suspended as well. It has been extended for about 6 or 7 times, if I'm not mistaken. And so we'll have to have their decision by June 9th. Right? There now, the administrative clock has been restarted. Was restarted as of April 18th. And then the 28th of April was when they were supposed to have their decision, but they extended it again to June 9th. I don't think they're going to extend it anymore beyond this date. Hopefully they don't extend it. I don't see them extending it anymore. I don't see what will be the point of extending it anymore, right? And then we also have the South Africa competition tribunal. Yeah, I got all of these regulatory pages pinned to my web browser, and I'll be refreshing them because I'm run and tell that I'm supposed to timed out. And so we know. Let me see here. We know. Let me see. If I could go back here. So we got it right here. Anchorage. Let me click this here. Right. So Anchorage merger sub incorporation in Activision Blizzard. Anchorage, I think, is a subsidiary of Microsoft. And I think they did it like they do the ZeniMax in Bethesda, where if it goes through, then Activision gets merged into Anchorage, and then Anchorage becomes Activision. And we know that their decision is coming June 21st. We know their competition authority submitted a note to approve this deal unconditionally. They recommend for this deal to get approved unconditionally. And so the tribunal gonna meet on June 21st to give the final decision for this deal. So I think within this month we should hear from South Africa, we should hear from New Zealand, possibly Turkey, and possibly Australia. Canada operates the same way as the United States.
Okay.
They don't approve deals. They're either going to contest it or they're going to let the time period pass for them contesting and then just let it go. Right?
Okay.
And I don't know if that time period has already passed, but you can safely say at this point, since Canada hasn't said anything about this deal, that more than likely is going to pass in Canada. The FTC works the same way. They don't have the ability to approve or disapprove of deals. The only thing they can do is if they're going to block a deal or sue to block a deal, they're either going to go to their internal court to sue, most likely to prolong, or they're going to go to a federal court and file for injunction. Now, if they have no problem with the deal, then they too will let the time period pass. And then the company just say, okay, the FTC ain't said none. Time period passed for them to contest this, and they haven't done anything. We're just going to close. Okay. Canada works the same way, and I do believe this is going to get approved in Canada since they haven't really said anything. Okay. So there we go. So the 21st for South Africa, the June 9th for New Zealand. Hopefully they do not push it back any further. And right now you can see a kind of list of what they have been approving or granting or dismissing. You see this one right here, approved subject to conditions.
Oh, I'm listening.
Not contravened, approved subject to conditions, approved subject to conditions. We don't know if we might see that. It'll be interesting if we see approved right here or approved subject to conditions. But I do think in terms of South Africa, this will get approved unconditionally. And then with Canada, I don't think it's going to be any conditions there either. I don't know what New Zealand or Australia is going to do. I don't even know which way they're leaning. We haven't really heard too much for them. But if Microsoft gets South Africa, Canada come through, if New Zealand approved, and then Australia too, then you pretty much got everybody going for this deal. And the FTC and the CMA is the only one out there looking like fools. Because in front of a judge, you can't tell me. Why should I believe you when 90 to 95% of the world approve this deal?
Right.
What makes you different?
And if I'm looking at y'all past situation regarding this, Microsoft fixed that with the cloud related to that contract. So
Let me get this
it's
off.
looking kind of, yeah.
What makes you different? Y'all was able to see Melo little ass screen all that whole time watching him die.
Man, they was staring at that bitch.
Hey, Spider-Man, how you was seeing that little ass screen?
Spider-Man, like, finally, what's good, bro? I was fighting for my life. I made it though.
Yes, sir, Parker. Australia, Canada, South Africa, and New Zealand. Yeah. If they get all four of them, then what argument do the CMA has? Remember that Daniel Beard already brought up in front of Judge Smith that hey, South Korea approved unconditionally during that case management hearing. So they got Asia on lock. So if New Zealand come through, if South Africa come through, Canada, they remain silent and don't say anything and let the grace period pass, then Microsoft automatically close in Canada. I don't know what Australia going to do. I don't even know what New Zealand going to do. It's going to be interesting to see what Australia and New Zealand are. My question is that I was asking myself yesterday as I was looking at the pages, what the fuck is taking New Zealand and Australia so long? What are you waiting on? You have all this information from other regulatory bodies, including are you sitting on the sideline? Are you confused about what side you want to pick? I'm just wondering, and you're not even one of the main markets. You're not even part of the big four. Now, I don't shun you to say your market don't matter. It does, because there's a lot of gamers in Australia and New Zealand, if I'm not mistaken. All I'm saying is, what the fuck is taking you? I don't even understand. Hold on, let me put this back on screen. Yeah, is that Hellcat? That same dude from earlier? Why engaging with overseas regulators? Why the fuck is this suspended? Can't anybody tell me why is this still suspended? I really don't understand what's taking them so long. Teddy said they have ties with Great Britain. David said both are waiting for the CMA. Possibly, because I'm looking up here, and even Turkey, like, bruh, what's
these smaller countries just want their name in the papers?
Hey, I believe that. Because I don't understand what's taking. I don't understand what's taking Turkey so long. Like, I just don't understand. I really don't understand what they waiting on. I really don't. So I really don't. It just amazes me. It just amazes me. All right, so let me see here. I think that's it. I just wanted to talk about those things. Let me see if there's anything else that I missed. Let me double check something here.
Without signature and the witness watch. Remember where I seen it. Damn.
Let me check something here. Give me just a second, y'all.
Same as New Zealand. What they waiting for?
Okay, so I do want to read this because I think a lot of people was confused by this, and I don't know if this true, but like I said, it's so many new lawyers. It's so many new lawyers on Reset Era now that then hopped into this conversation, man. It is incredible. Let me see here. Let me share this real quick. Okay, so we know this happened today. The FTC is changing its rules of practice in administrative proceeding. The ALJ will no longer issue initial decisions, but instead recommended decisions that will then be reviewed by the commission. And I've seen a lot of people respond to this, including myself, like this is just like the CMA. What's the point of having an administrative law judge? At that point, people was asking, could this affect the ABK deal? As you see this guy right here, he's asking, could this affect the ABK deal? Then we have NDA man come and he said, essentially, no. It's a procedural thing. Under the law, an administrative law judge can either enter an initial decision, which goes into effect immediately once they make it, and the party opposed to it must automatically apply for an appeal or a recommended decision, which automatically is reviewed and isn't effective until the review body signs off on it. Right? He say, I'm sure there are ways. Hold on. What is going on? Hold on. Hello? Oh, give me just a second.
They just fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, Microsoft to leave this country and just watch it collapse. Oh, dang. Oh, you on some supervillain shit. Damn, Tony P. Golly. I don't know, man. I'm hoping to close out before August, because if it does, then I can brag and talk all my shit to Big Money, because I'm definitely going to be hitting his line up and tell him I told him so, pretty much at this point. But I'm feeling it. Make sure y'all go check out the website. Hit that like button. Watch Blue. I said why Blue? Why Post on the phone?
Yeah, man. Also, man, make sure y'all check out our merch site, man.
I'm about to do some shameless plugs.
Man, plug. Marlo, let me finish up some stuff real quick. But go check out his clothing site too, man. He got some fire shit too. Give me just a second.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, go ahead and check out. You know what I'm saying? State of Gaming. We got new merch. We got the new hats coming in. I just finished up the actual designs for it, embroidery stitch. You feel me? And we're gonna have multiple colors, so you just won't have red. You can actually pick from a white. You can do a white on white. We can change up the stitching as well. Just give me an email or let Post know. And once you make your order, we will provide the correct hat for you. You know what I'm saying? Go check out alumnistatus.shop. I just did my clothing line, redid it. And, I've been looking at the people pretty much giving me feedback on it. And we do have a rewards program. With the rewards program, anything that you buy from the shop, if it give any type of wear and tear, that means if it shrink, which I highly doubt because I got bamboo stitching in my clothing, but if it happens to shrink, you get fat or skinny, whatever the case may be. With you having a membership and you're signing in with your email, you can actually return that garment to me and I will switch it out for a different size for you. That's part of the incentive program for the clothing. Also, make sure you go check out Noah. He be on Twitch. He most likely gonna be streaming Diablo. I'm not playing it because I didn't get the deal today, unfortunately. But I'm gonna need pastors' prayers if I happen to buy the game, and I'm gonna join in and play with them. Diablo isn't something that I play, but hey, I'm willing to check it out with the homies. I think Post got it too. Also tomorrow, Oh shit, you got Diablo, right?
I ain't got
Diablo 4?
I ain't got Diablo.
Oh,
I
you
got
ain't get it.
Diablo.
All right, well, never mind then.
I'm going to
So
go ask for some
tomorrow,
change. I'm going to ask for some change.
for donations is
Some
highly
donations. I'm going to go ask for some donations right now.
highly needed.
You better
You
going
see
through
the
it right now,
cash
brother.
app on the screen.
You see, Cash App on the screen. If
You know,
donations,
if you fighting in your heart,
let me take this off the screen. You see that Cash App on the screen.
if you're fighting in your heart to
If
donate,
you
go ahead
find
and donate for the man.
a heart is
Help a
a
brother
house
out.
for love.
We are upgrading
And
our
I
audio
learned.
equipment. So we
Yeah.
trying to get new mics and
Yeah.
the little mix set so we can
De-
go ahead and give y'all the best
We
quality
definitely
ever.
upgrading the audio equipment. I can say
Also-
Mello and Noah have new audio interfaces right now. And right now they're working on getting LXR mics.
The good shit.
The good shit. So
The good shit.
so we can get the audio quality up there to where it's consistent, and we could get Mello off those EBT phones, Obama phones that he be streaming from.
Hey, Obama
So,
did
yeah.
me right for the
Yeah.
time. What's good, Thriller? Yeah, I
Yeah.
need a prayer.
Yeah, we a wing and a prayer. You know what I'm saying? Put some hot sauce in that wing and send a prayer. Let me tell you something.
Also, check out if you get a chance, check out the podcast also on Google, Stitcher,
Apple
Radio,
iHeart.
Apple.
Yeah, you could get the audio version.
Yeah, you get the audio. You can go check it out also there. So we working, we trying to grow this brand into something that's monumental, and we need y'all help.
Yes, sir. Also, y'all know the showcase is coming up. I think these days and weeks gonna fly by fast. I want that showcase to come. I'm so thirsty right now. I'm so thirsty.
Tomorrow, right? We're doing a prediction tomorrow.
We could do a prediction tomorrow. What I want to say is this. How many of y'all are going to the theater? I got my email for the theater tickets.
I ain't getting no email.
You can get up to 2 people. You're part of Fan Fest?
Yeah, I signed up for it, but I have not seen or heard anything.
You sure you did it right? You go in there and you got to opt in?
Opt in and give them your email. Yeah.
And it might come, check your spam folder and all that. But if did y'all get y'all email? How many people gonna be in the theater? Now they sent me my email, right? I thought one of the theaters gonna be close to me. They trying to send me up north. They ain't even choose a theater in the hood. You feel me?
Oh, they didn't
even choose a theater in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I could have went to Roosevelt. You know what I'm saying? They sending me way up north, man. I don't know if I'm gonna take that trip up. Look,
it's north, or is
2600? 2600 north. Yeah, from where I'm at, that's a ride. You feel me? I gotta hop on Lakeshore Drive and take that all the way. I think let me see here.
Dang. Are they treating us like that?
Regal, what is it? Regal Theater 14, I think, is it?
Let me see, Regal Theater 14. Let's see. God dang.
Regal City North, yeah, that's it. That's 2600 Northwestern. You feel me?
Oh,
you see how
Regal Theater 14?
Yeah, Regal Theater 14.
2600 West North.
Northwestern. Now look, I just want to say this.
It's an hour away from me. That might be doable.
That's 14 and a half miles. Moderate traffic. That's like a 30-minute drive. Right? That's a 30-minute drive. Right?
Wait, you got 30, I got 50. You complaining about the 30?
Hold on. I'm just saying.
Hold
on. I'm just saying. Even though I was just up that way earlier. I'm just saying this. Look, all I'm saying is this. Now, I ain't trying to be. Look, remember the last showcase where they had the people fly out to California?
Hey, this ain't gonna be that.
I'm not saying it's gonna be that.
This
I'm not saying
gonna be that post. This is not gonna be that.
Look,
come on, man. They gave you $10.
All I'm saying is this. If I take that trip, and I go watch it in the theater, and that shit ain't what we think it's
Hey, well, I'm
gonna
gonna let you know if I don't get my
be. Wait,
invitation, just
I
let me
cause
know
let me,
if you gonna go, cause I'm gonna go. Let
no,
me
it's
just
by
let me.
name. They do it by name. You need your
I can.
ID and all that just to make sure you are the person who's supposed to
Oh
be.
damn, never
Yeah,
mind.
they got
Okay,
that
you hit
shit.
me with the. I'm about to say I'm post up for that day. Fuck you
Yeah,
talking
they
about?
want state ID and to confirm you are who you are. But I'm just saying, if I take that trip, yo, if I
Yeah.
take that trip,
Man, this is post. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be worth it, boy. I'm trying
I'm
to
just
tell you.
saying, if I take that trip and I go sit in that theater,
You got $10. They got you with the concession.
wait, I can see now. Post, you drove 30 minutes. You took that road trip all the way up to the theater and this for that. But I think it'll be pretty cool because I think it's gonna be a great show. And I'm glad ain't nothing leaked yet. To
Man,
see all that
I've been avoiding deleting everybody
to
that's
see
leaked
all that on the
anything.
movie screen with the in this theater right here. Let me see. This theater got an IMAX in it. This Regal
They
City
got the
North
good stuff.
IMAX.
They got the good stuff.
If they put this joint on an IMAX,
Bro, they not
what?
playing, bro. I'm trying to tell you. They not
What?
playing with us.
So I'm deciding whether I should take that trip or not, y'all. Y'all give me some insight. Should I take that trip or not?
I say take the trip. I'm hoping I can get my tickets, but I say take the trip.
Hey, no man, I'm on the south side. I'm on the low end. Low end. Grew up on the low end. Yeah, yes, sir. I was out east for a minute,
We was raised on the south side.
but I'm raised on the south side, man. I didn't know you was from Chicago till I here in Roosevelt and Lakeshore Drive. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm right next to. Right now, I live close to the Obama library, presidential library that's being built right now. Double amount of post up sound like Pinky from Friday. If I take that road trip, no.
If I take that road trip,
Ace, Ace, that'll be fire though. If I vlog it, right? Man, the outcome gotta be worth the vlog, brother. I don't want to vlog it. Yeah, just and then be in the theater and be like, I think this is gonna be a great show. I think it's gonna be worth the trip. Now, y'all know if I don't come on and stream the show, do the live stream of the show, y'all know where I'm at. Y'all know I made it to that motherfucker theater with that $10 credit to get some snacks. You feel me? You scratch that. What the fuck is this shit? You talk about what Mello playing? And then, okay, you out of Villa Park? Okay. Yeah, it got to be a good show. Okay, you see now y'all trying to. I think y'all trying to get y'all putting that. Y'all
do
trying
it,
to put that.
post. Do it.
Yeah, they're trying to put that battery in my back. Look at L Ace and Sicario. Do it.
I'm trying to tell you, ain't gonna be disappointed, man. This is gonna be the show right here. I feel it in my bones.
You feel it in your mouth?
I can feel it in there,
Let me tell you
boy.
something. If y'all send me off,
They can't do no wrong right
it's
now.
gonna be a rude awakening. It's gonna be a rude awakening. But we finna get on up out of here.
Ooh.
We finna get up on out of here. It's 10:47. I got some anime to watch. And some anime to watch and some Harry Potter to finish. You know what I'm saying? I gotta.
Let's make it man out here.
Yes,
Kamazoo.
It's just 14 miles. Yeah, 14 miles your ass. It's just 14 and a half miles. Man, that's a nice journey, brother. That's a nice journey.
I gotta check.
That's a nice journey. It gotta be. I gotta see if I go, I'm a vlog it, y'all. If I go, I'm a vlog it. All right, and I'm gonna let y'all know how it was and the experience and stuff like that. And we'll say that because I got my tickets. You could get a maximum of 2 tickets. I got the confirmation number, and everything. So we'll see how it plays out. Oh, sure, US. But I was just over about the UIC yesterday. I was over by the UIC yesterday. Yep, I rode through that way yesterday. All right, y'all, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to go in depth, man, and have some fun with the ABK merger acquisition talks. I know sometimes that stuff can be too technical and stuff like that. So I just wanted to, just have a conversation about it, what's been going on. And hopefully this could get done before the end date of July 18th. Hopefully they can get that situated with the CMA. I think if they get that situated with the CMA, they definitely closing over the FTC. They're definitely closing over the FTC. So, yeah, we good. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir.
And we out of here.
It's a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round
I done
off.
walked in monster small, still tall against the giants. I ain't never been compliant, I promise I'm too defiant. I ain't never crossed my niggas, ain't never turned my back, but been unfaithful to my chick. Where's the integrity in that? My bank account been overdrafted, the struggle's upon us. That's the type of shit that lead niggas right back to the corners. I'm like a walking contradiction, said fam to the ops. My nigga just the bag off the same thing that damaged my pops. I watched the churches spread lies and forcing blind allegiance. Been at peace since 2010 when I stopped worshiping Jesus. Still confined, left in the lurch, depression was lurking, my tactics changed. I swear that old ones just wasn't working. Man, you fuck niggas be tweaking like they really be on it. Like I won't give you the whole stick and see my PO in the morning. I ain't monogamous with hoes, I keep a bed full. Flying off of 2 Z's and 2 cans of Red Bull.
It's a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking
I keep
round
it on
off.
me at all times. Ain't afraid to burn them. Run up on him in traffic and put a couple in the sternum. Certified. You wasn't niggas happy with fables.
Every time I come in the kitchen,
I'm in the kitchen bumping dope, man, with crack on the table. I can feel the vibe. Only hating niggas and knock it. Hit the block with a snub stuff deep in my front pocket. Off of no goals. You can tell them lame niggas quit fronting. I've been up for 2 days, thinking I'ma miss something. My phone doing stupid numbers. I'm in the right venue, fucking hoes, counting cash, living off the dollar menu. My trip keep me live, the sauce keep me living, hustle keep me paid, allegations kept me in prison. I got it made, man, I've been in special ed. I want all my niggas home, from the state to the feds. I do it for the bottom, the morals and application. More than an adoration, it's all for the affirmation. What you thought,
It's
though?
a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round off.